it's like everything that you come across in life, there's going to be challenges. There's going to be uphill battles along the way. But it's really, as Gary said, it's having that resilience factor. And I did not have a strong resilience factor when I was young. I really didn't. I was weak mentally, um, and that came with maturity. That came with really, you know, getting getting beat down long enough that you start realizing, man, if I don't do something about my resilience factor, then I'm always going to be average or below average. And that is, I tell kids all the time, if you don't know what you don't know right now, but what you do know is that you're going to have struggles in every area of your life. And the one thing you got to focus on right now is how do you overcome that? How, for everything that you're faced, how do you fight through that? You don't go up to the wall, you run through the wall. And that's really the focus that, you know, and that's also, we're seeing a generation right now that has the weakest resilience factor of any generation. And so that's part of what we're doing at Interathlete is really helping kids, helping parents understand their child's identity, helping them understand their unique design. And so that's really, I mean, man, if that doesn't give you a purpose and excitement, I don't know what will.
So you say that the current generation lacks resilience. You say you lacked resilience as a young age. Do you see any similarities in between how you grew up? And again, it doesn't have to be family related, right? You say you have a very positive household, but you also mentioned you felt enabled as a child as well. Can you talk to me a little bit about how you see the comparisons, and then maybe a little bit about why you described yourself as enabled as a child?
Well, if my mom and dad watch this, they're going to kill me. But uh,
You said they were nice, good people, so
they are, yeah. No, my mom was such a sweet and still is to this day. I mean, her kids could do no wrong. Uh, Dad would always be a little frustrated at everything she would do for me, and so uh, it was one of those deals where my I probably was not a great husband start. In fact, I know I wasn't, and to this day, my wife still sees challenges with me on a daily basis that I need. I'm not nearly as enabled with my wife, and so those are things you have to learn, and so I'm really I just see these kids though, man. When COVID hit, um, and everybody went virtual, and it just the mental state of kids is in a tough spot. They're being hammered with Instagram influence every day, and thinking that you know their life doesn't matter, and they're not successful, and they're not a part of the group, and they're left out of a Snapchat group. And there is so much. Thank God I did not have social media when I was growing up. I would have been a basket case. But I really see in today's world, these kids are so challenged with all the influences that and all the information that's hitting them left and right all day, and it creates a tremendous amount of insecurities.
Lee,
yeah.
can I add something? Steve has resilience in his top 10 talent things. Now, he didn't go to Walmart and buy a pack of resilience. It's not how it works. I'm not going to mention another story because that wouldn't be funny. But what happens when we're born is that we have talent themes in us, and activation from the outside, interaction with other human beings, whatever's going on causes it to move around. So he's always had resilience, as all human beings do. It's where it's activated to land. So his experiences have moved resilience. I think it's number 8 out of top 10. His son has resilience at number 7. Now, I'm not saying he's better than his dad, but he's on his way. So I'm kidding.
He is.
But so we need to understand the principles here that the youngest generation, I don't know if it's alpha or what it is below 10, what they're predicting is these kids have no idea how to problem solve. They don't even know how to play. Play, as you know, Lee, in sport is like oxygen. Kids need it to live. And if we don't have interaction and we don't have the ability to move these talent things around, they don't move.
Mhm.
And when they don't move, they show up as if they're not there. But they're there, just like blood, bone, and tissue is always there. But not everybody has the right blood combination to make it healthy. That's one of the things that Steve has brought to this equation. How do you put all this together so that we get the inner part of someone correct, so that when we put them in an external situation that can activate what we need activated?